Okay guys, welcome back to Soopa-Dave Gaming. Today I have a tips and tricks beginner's guide for SnowRunner. This game just came out and I feel really confident now after playing it the last 2 days to give you guys one of these videos. And especially playing multiplayer, I can see kind of what people are having problems with. First off, the big one that a lot of people are having a problem with is in order to either sell or play with vehicles on another map, you have to hit square. I'll put an arrow down there so you can see when you're in the garage on the vehicle if you want to use it on somebody else's map. And then when you load into their map, you'll be able to go to trucks right here and it'll be here. This is also how you sell vehicles, and if you hit X, it'll just put it back in its slot right there, whatever map you're playing on, if you're playing on somebody else's map. Now, for the sake of the video, I'm actually going to sell this one. This is an extra one. Like so. Alright, so we're on the map here, and I definitely want to recommend, right off the bat, guys, playing multiplayer. Whether you're playing on someone else's map or they're playing on yours, because when you complete a mission, everybody gets it. I mean, everybody does get it that's playing. So if you're playing on a map with 4 people and they're pounding out missions, you're going to rank up insanely quick. That's kind of what we did yesterday. It was much better than playing on my own, and the host actually gets to save the progress on their map. So it sounds like a bad thing playing on somebody else's map then if they get the progress, but you're going to go back to your map with better vehicles because you're going to have upgrades and more money, and the map is going to be a lot easier. Also, one thing I would mention, when you're on the map, when you have all the watch points, I would start with getting the watch points, and then I would go by the next thing I would go after, guys, is getting roads like this bridge I had to build over here. Unblock roads and build bridges or anything that causes access problems, I definitely would work on. And then go probably for your upgrades, and then you can start doing your missions. One mistake, guys, that I made early on is I went around and grabbed all these trailers and brought them to my garage. Granted, it wasn't the worst idea ever. We had trailers at the garage, but you're gonna find a lot of these are loaded for missions nearby, so that's probably what you want to do with them, is you're gonna save them, because for instance, I'll use this as an example. This trailer probably goes to a mission here, and it probably has the wood planks that you need for that mission. That might not always be the case, but I'm finding that to be the case way more often than not. And there's some trailers you don't want to be lugging across the map. Like, you don't want to bring this guy back here just to have it be for a mission that goes over here. Also, when you're playing in multiplayer, these gateways, you can actually go through these gateways without kicking people out or making them switch maps. They can be on, as long as you're in Michigan, they can be in Michigan as well. And I just wanted to point that out to you because it's pretty important, because some missions require you to go across and then back. Alright guys, our next topic is going to be vehicles, and this is obviously going to be a huge one. This is probably why a lot of people came here and to watch the video, and it is very important, guys. So you're going to start out with this vehicle. A lot of people are going to have this vehicle and this vehicle, they're DLC ones. Now, I can tell you this one gets pretty decent when you upgrade it, but there is a reason to keep this and this, and I'll explain it here in a second. This actually can haul scout trailers, this one can't. This Con Marshal is a much better vehicle for scouting and anything really, except for pulling trailers, which it can't do, and this truck can. Early game, you're going to want to make sure you have at least this guy, because missions do require you to pull scout trailers. This guy is really handy, so if you have him, I wouldn't get rid of him. He arguably go anywhere that anything else in the game can't. And then this, I wouldn't recommend putting a whole lot of money into it if you have the DLC. It isn't bad. It's pretty good off-road. But there's a lot of downsides with it because it can only hold a trailer or a crane. Like, it can only pull a semi-trailer or a crane. It can't do, like, here, I'll show you here in a second. It can only do like 3 things. It can do that or these 2 saddles, which are 5th wheels. And then I want to take you over to show you this guy. If you don't have this guy, save up, or you could even sell this if you have to get it. But get this guy. And the reason you can is this guy can do anything on the map. I've nicknamed him, I know it's named the Paystar, I've nicknamed him Old Blue because I've used it for everything. If you've been watching streams lately, we've used this for everything. It can do the crane. If you can see all these add-ons it can do, it's insane. It's the only vehicle that I've really run across that can do all of them and do off-road really well. I highly recommend getting this vehicle. There is other ones too. You'll get one of these, you get one of these, and you'll get one of these at Michigan. This guy, this Fleet Star, actually pretty good. You can turn him 4-wheel drive. He is pretty decent. He's not as good as the Paystar, which is right here, guys. But it is pretty decent if you're trying to save money for maybe a truck later down the road. Otherwise, these trucks on this map, I mean, besides that Fleet Star and this Paystar, are not that good, guys. This thing is about useless. I had one of my friends playing with it, and we had to pull them out everywhere, even with upgrades. Same with the Kodiak. They're not as good. These highway trucks, for sure, are not very good. You don't want to be wasting your time on them. Just like I thought this thing was going to be really good. I tried it. It wasn't terrible, but it's not as good as your Chevy or your Jeep. This actually isn't a bad vehicle. The Scout, you will get it. But like I said, put your money on the Paystar. It is the best early game vehicle, and you will not be sad when you do it. Trust me. Alright guys, like I mentioned with this vehicle, it can do a lot, including semis and load its own. One other thing I wanted to show you too, guys, real quick, is when you're going to buy a vehicle, make sure, because I was really hyped up for this guy. I was thinking, wow, this guy's going to be really good. It looks good off-road. I went into the preview, make sure, this is the one thing I want to show you, is go check the previews, guys, before you buy something. It can only do maintenance, large fuel, and saddle, which isn't terrible, but it can't load itself, and it can't do the crane, which you'll need for some missions. So I will end up getting this vehicle because I've been testing out all vehicles, but I just wanted you to see that. Just like this guy right here, he can't do anything. This is the only setup he has. So he might be really good off-road, but he's only good at doing this, the flatbed, basically moving stuff around. He can't repair stuff, he can't refuel stuff. He can't do anything to that effect. So like I said, I try out all vehicles, even what they do, but please do yourself a favor and get this guy. And if you want to save some money, this guy's pretty good and will get you a long ways. Another tip I have for you guys is I wouldn't really buy trailers unless you absolutely have to. You'll see there's trailers all across the map. Try to use them to do the jobs and the missions. As you can see right now, I'm going to do this last upgrade and then I'm going to start doing missions. I would definitely use the trailers on the map. There's trailers sitting everywhere for the mission. If there isn't one for the mission, there's probably one close by for the mission. I would definitely do it that way. On that same note, guys, too, before you leave an area, you're going to have all these trailers. I recommend selling them right at the trailer store. You can sell them trailers once you're done with them at a mission, and you'll make a lot of money. It's a good way to get easy money. Sell the trailers before you move on to the next map. The next maps always actually have more trailers that I've seen so far, so that's how I would go about doing it. Another quick tip, guys, is I would definitely take, when you're in multiplayer, hit start. When you're in manage party, on that right hand side, I'll put an arrow over there. Make sure you have that on, because you're definitely gonna want to winch with other players, and without it, it'll just reject every time they go to attach a winch to you guys. So hopefully this guide helps you out. And if you guys want to see more SnowRunner content, I definitely could do that. I actually thoroughly enjoying this game, guys. So have a good one, and thanks for your time, guys. It's huge when you guys do the likes and what you guys have been doing lately. Hi, buddy. Oh yeah. What a driver's view. Oh, it's not available underwater.